Hello everyone. Have you been wondering why people think, behave, and react to different things differently? It could be because of them having different personality types or temperaments. Many years ago, some scholars in Egypt and also Mesopotamia came up with theories describing why people think, behave, and react to different things differently. Later on, a Greek scholar by the name of Hippocrates came up with a theory to do with temperaments. Now, by definition, it's simply put as the way people think, react, and behave to different situations. It is imperative for us to know different personality types that we have, rather temperaments, in order for us to know how to relate with others, how to also handle family members, as well as those of you that are fond of explaining things to others, rather explicate. You can even be able to understand your students very well because of you knowing different personality types that are there. Some of you that are in marriage, you are supposed to know the temperament of your spouse in order for you to know how to deal with your partner. Peradventure, you would want to know these temperament types that we're talking about. So basically, we have 4 personality types, rather temperaments. So the first temperament that we're going to discuss today is the choleric. So a choleric is a bossy, ambitious, and critical person. Most of these cholerics are hardworking and independent. Friends. These cholerics, many of them are preoccupied with their agenda and also goals. Cholerics never easily get discouraged by others, and most of them are very firm, and many of them naturally are leaders. They make good leaders because they are goal oriented and they do not waste time when doing things. Now, folks, people in this group demand so much respect, obedience, and also loyalty. Cholerics have a very high self-esteem. These individuals are very good at decision making, but they have few weaknesses. And if you are a choleric, you are supposed to know your weaknesses so that you work on them. One of the weaknesses that cholerics have is that they would abuse everyone in order for them to reach on top. So they can do anything that they can manage to do in order for them to reach just on top. And most cholerics are susceptible to anger and also shouting. And cholerics, many of them, do not delegate duties anyhow. They are very particular and also they are impatient. Most cholerics are not sociable. It is very difficult to socialize with a choleric. So what are they supposed to do? So cholerics must learn to be patient, loving, and caring. If you are a choleric, you are supposed to learn to be less hostile to others. The second temperament type is the sanguine. So a sanguine is an energetic person. Sanguines are very talkative, encouraging, and also creative at times. Sanguines are flamboyant, and also they like making noise at times, even anyhow. Yes, they don't like dull moments. When you are with a sanguine will light up your day, and it is going to be interesting if you like. So these, they make noise at times, even in parties. They love going out. They love interacting with almost everyone. Even in a public meeting, if they want, they can stand up and laugh or make noise because that is their temperament. Okay, so it is very difficult to hide a sanguine in public. They can be easily identified, rather, noticed within a short period of time. So sanguines don't love things that are boring. They do not love them. But now, what are some of the weaknesses of sanguines? So sanguines do not love commitment. Yes, thus they are not reliable. Some of them, yeah, they're not reliable because they don't love commitment. And also sanguines would want to impress people, so they end up doing things anyhow. Why? Because they want people to be happy. If you leave a sanguine alone for a long period of time, it will be more like you've put them in prison. They won't cope up with the environment because they want jokes, they want to be heard, they want to make noise somehow, and also anyhow. Sanguines are usually discouraged by people because at times they can't stick to one thing. When they are doing this thing, something else comes up, they'll end up doing the other thing instead of them concentrating on one thing. And most of these sanguines are not good academically. They find academics so boring, therefore they end up not liking academics. So many of these sanguines again are impulse buyers. They would buy things anyhow because they want to impress people. They want people to see what they have. Therefore, they are extravagant to some extent. So what are sanguines supposed to do? They are supposed to be more disciplined, serious, and purposeful. And they should at times avoid cracking jokes anyhow, because at times there are important meetings, and also they can find themselves in important places where they need to meditate on certain things. They need to be more serious. They need to be to pay attention, and as well as they need to participate fully. The third temperament is the melancholy. Now, a melancholy person is a thinker, a perfectionist. These love order. So it is very imperative for us to denote some of the distinctive features of a melancholy. So this group is schedule oriented, and they have very high standards or targets for themselves. So the melancholics are more emotional than these other temperaments that do exist in the world. And they find it hard to approve or to compliment. Melancholics are good at thinking. They are also analytical, smart, as well as talented. Melancholics are emotional and very sensitive. Even something very small to them can be big. Friends, melancholics are creative, innovative, and are able to form profound ideas when it comes to decision making. At times, you can see a melancholy as someone who is sad, but in the actual sense, they are intelligent. Someone may be looking very sad, but they are intelligent. So these melancholics, they love and value relationships just with specific individuals. They wouldn't befriend everyone in the neighborhood, but they will befriend few people, and they would want to maintain that friendship. Now, these melancholics are also independent, and also they love to do things by themselves. Now, what are some of the weaknesses of these melancholics? Melancholics are very mean. They also count the losses that they make in life. So these melancholics, many of them, they keep grudges and don't easily forget the things that they've gone through. Should you offend them today, after a year, they will be able to remember what you did to them. And if anything, some of them cannot even forgive you for the offense that you committed. These melancholics have another weakness yeah, some of them, they find it hard to find a life partner. Why? Because they look for a perfect partner. So it takes them ages for them to find that perfect partner, if at all perfect partners exist in this world. So some of these melancholics are also insecure at times. So what are they supposed to do? These melancholics are supposed to learn to enjoy life a bit, and they are supposed to learn to befriend others. If anything, it would be ideal for a melancholic to befriend a sanguine in order for a sanguine to light up the day of a melancholy. And also, these melancholics, they need to be more realistic and not idealistic. Let's now delve into the fourth temperament, and that's the phlegmatics. So a phlegmatic is a quiet, kind, and peaceful person. Phlegmatics are very cool, and they like hiding in crowds, and they do not want to be noticed anyhow. These phlegmatics hate drama and embarrassment, especially in public. And at times they don't like to volunteer in order for them to do something. Yeah, and they prefer being at peace with everyone in the community or around them. They love giving and receiving affection. Phlegmatics don't like anything that can bring stress and tension in their lives. They want peace at all times. They do anything it costs in order for them to avoid confusion and conflict. Now, what are some of the weaknesses of phlegmatics? Now, phlegmatics can be easily bullied, insulted, and cheated. Why? Because of them being so weak, being so kind, quiet, and peaceful at all times. A sanguine can find it easy to bully a phlegmatic. So the other weakness of these phlegmatics is that many of them are lazy and they are slow to act. It takes time for them to take up an action, and they like enthusiasm. So now, these phlegmatics can make good gardeners, cleaners, reliable friends. They can make good cooks and babysitters. So now, what should these phlegmatics do? They should learn to stand up for their rights. They should not be too quiet, kind, and peaceful. When something is wrong, they are supposed to learn to mention in order for them to enjoy their rights on this earth to the latter. What else are they supposed to do? They are supposed to be more active, unlike being lazy and also feeling shy at times, even when there is no need for them to feel shy. So, by and large, these are the four personality types or temperaments that we have. Therefore, it is very important that you study them at your own time in order for you to know how to relate with others and for you to know why people think, behave, and relate with others differently. Bye bye. We'll meet next time.